Peace and many, many blessings, y'all. How are you feeling? How is your now? Welcome or welcome back. You know what I'm saying. It's been a while. I have not done a reading. What was it? It was a full moon in Gemini. I have not done the full moon in Gemini reading because I needed time to myself. I was out traveling, doing a lot, and being content, very happy and fulfilled, but also the underline of that is just like a little worried that whatever I'm doing is going to come to an end because I didn't have enough to support it. And I think that my whole world came crashing down when I had to come back to Philadelphia because I ran out of money. And it's not even just running out of money. It was like just feeling like I was tired of however I was doing it. I was tired of doing it because I'm fully understanding that sometimes we don't get to have things the way that we want to have them, even if we still get it. You know what I'm saying? Like on a type time where like your prayer will be answered, you'll be able to do what it is that you want to do, but it's not going to look like how you thought it was going to look, just for you to be redirected to something that's better, but you don't know that it's going to be better. You don't even know why you're being redirected. You just in the flow with it. And something else that I have been like battling with is, I was talking to my friend about this, like being content and having that moment of contentness, having moments of being content where you're like, you know what, I'm completely satisfied right now. I think that I would, instead of allowing myself to be like, okay, I'm completely satisfied right now, there would be this story in my head that if I allow myself to be satisfied, then that means that I don't want anything more or anything bigger for myself. And I'm not really sure how that got there because it used to be nothing for me to find a moment of contentment, but it'll just be times where like I'm like, damn, like I'm happy right now, I'm provided for, I'm safe, I'm breathing, I'm this, I'm that, but like, can I just have things how I want it? And you know, that lack of gratitude or lack of complete and full utter gratitude, out of fear that that would crystallize my situation. And when you move in love, there is no fear involved. Or maybe if it is present, you kind of shake through it, you move through it, you don't let it stop anything. So what a blessing. What a blessing it is that I made it to Philadelphia, first of all, because I didn't have enough for a flight. One of my dear friends was like, listen, I got you. I work for the airline if you need something. That's what I did. At first, I was in the Dominican Republic in Bayibe, thinking that I'll be going from Bayibe to San Juan, and then from San Juan to Philadelphia. And the more that I just thought about that circle, it's like I'm so tired of this. Like and this being not having any type of security of knowing when I'm gonna have money come in, and I'm out in another country, and I'm out in the world. It's different if I'm in a place like I'm in Philly, I'm home, this is where I grew up. And I can, you know, think about that or, you know, deal with the inconsistencies of income because I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, I wasn't out here living a nomadic, what is that called? I wasn't out here living a digital nomad lifestyle where I'm getting paid an adequate amount of things to move out and just be in the world. So it's like outside of moving around and traveling, like in the you know, that makes you tired, that's tiring on your body, there's also just worry of like where something is about to come from, how I can move, sometimes where I'm going to sleep in another country. It just wow, things continually worked out for me. They continue to work out for me. They always do work out for me. And even with everything working out, even knowing that I'm gonna be cool wherever and however, that's still very, I don't know, that was just really hard. Like, it was hard for me. It was hard for me. As much as I'm, you know, listening to my Bob Marley and being on a roof eating my watermelon and dancing in the morning and stuff like that and meditating and, you know, just out in the beach, sometimes I'm coming home and I'm crying to myself at night because I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I doing? Like, it's like being comfortable living my life, getting comfortable just living my life. But yeah, so this is where I am on my popcorn wall. So part of it was like salty, like this, me coming back to Philly, this is a pit stop. It's not like I'm coming back to Philly to restart my life, get a job, get an apartment, get a car, da-da-da. Like, that's not it for me. It's a pit stop. I came here for some support, for some love, for a break in this whole, like, I gotta figure out, I had to decide, I had to, you know, and I don't really like to say I have to figure out because there really is no figuring out, as my friend would say. It's already figured out. We just got to meet with the knowing that already is. Yeah, but when you're out in the world and you're not knowing, like, you don't know the job that you got, you don't know where the things are coming from, you don't know the people, you don't know the language. It's like so many factors of not knowing that I just needed something to hold on to. And I really didn't, because I was always supported, like I was saying before. But it's just like, yeah, the physical, and getting clear that, like, there are more than one realm. There is more than one realm that's present, and more than one realm that we interact with, and more than one realm that's affected by the things that we do in this one. And there was a point in my life where I was just so okay and so tapped into the fact that this was like the secondary realm. This realm, and like, it matters, it's the realm of creation and stuff like that, but this is, again, just the realm of creation. Why do I have to always exist in creation mode? Well, because I'm a co-creator, but in a sense that I'm thinking that this is physical, it is masculine, it is where we push out. Whereas the spiritual realm, the darker realm, the realm where, you know, a lot of people don't see or have access to, or even feeling into that realm, that one was primary for me. And it's like I really have to figure out what it takes within myself for me to stay in that primary mode of spirit being the primary realm. I have my mentor, she operates primarily off of spirit. So sometimes when I'm helping her and I'm in the physical, I'll be like, there's nothing happening right now. And it's like, who am I to say that when I don't know what she's processing, what she's thinking, what she's seeing, what she's feeling, like all of those things. And I just started to, like, see myself in that, because I remember encompassing it, or embodying it, I should say, and having people around me not fully understand. And it really doesn't matter what other people understand anymore. That's another thing that's been coming through. Like, people gonna say whatever, people gonna do whatever, people gonna tell the stories that they know about you, whatever. It's not even really you. They're gonna tell them stories to other people, and it's gonna affect how other people perceive you. Will you be able to change the perception of every single person who has now formed a perception by way of what somebody else told them? No, and it's actually a little ridiculous to try to think that you could, but a part of my ego is very much attached to that. So I'm grateful that I'm healing through it, and it is what it is. I notice myself, like, keep talking about the same situation, and it's like, that's tired. Like, I do not desire to live in cycles like that, where I got to keep talking about something in order to feel like I'm adding fuel to a conversation. Nah, I'm at the point where I'll talk about it a couple times, and now I'm talking about the growth that I got from it, the lessons that I got from it, or you know, just looking at it from a different aspect, because I don't want to keep talking in circles about how somebody hurt me. How am I going to protect myself? What am I going to now pay attention to? If this does happen again, how can I process it differently? Like, you know, things like that, instead of just same situation, same outcome, same reaction. Like, I'm trying to be a whole different person. Like, let me not say I'm not trying to be a whole different person. I want to continually allow myself to evolve into the highest state that I can be. And that doesn't happen with the continuation of old patterns, the continuation of old behaviors, the lack of awareness, you know, not going in to discover myself, not talking and speaking life into my life. I'm not speaking death into my life. I'm too alive. I'm too bright. I'm too brilliant. I'm too... You know what I'm saying? I actually ain't too anything. I'm just enough of all of it. I'm worth all of it. I see myself trying to cover this dark spot. It was from furniture. I moved my bed and stuff like that. And it kind of just is what it is. This room that I'm in has not been actively lived in since 2019 or 2020. 2020. That's when I moved out. So yeah. And I love where I am because it's safe for me. I love where I am because I'm loved here. I love where I am because regardless, my energy is in it. You know what I'm saying? My energy is in it. It's my childhood home. And I have a whole bunch of different thoughts about how it could look better, or why my dad still didn't fix up this, or, you know, just all this stuff. And I'm content. I got a nice, big, tall bed. It's nice and squishy. I'm warm. We got heat in here. I get to look out and see beautiful trees. The sun kind of just be hitting me at the right time. I can wake up and see the sun. The skylight is beautiful. I could smoke out the window. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm respecting my dad's house. It's not my house. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there are things in here. I got rid of a lot of stuff just from my teenage years, but some things that I didn't. And the energy that is in the stuff that's still here, it's like, I can look back and reflect on who that girl was and like why I still have what I have. Like this shirt is from high school. It reminds me when I was younger, I used to cut up everything. I cut up everything. I stitched up everything. These jeans is from high school. Like, everything cut and stitched and destroyed and distressed and all that. And it reminds me of my connection to Kanye West, my whole misfit thing. Like I don't want to fit in. The colors that I used to wear, the darkness, the masculinity, like it's just, it reminds me to self. It connects me to self. And I remember I texted one of my friends like, yeah, I'm feeling a little lost here in Philadelphia. And he's like, oh, that means that you still got something to resolve. And I feel like a lot of that has to do with my inner teenager, her rage, her expression, like her fashion, because she was very masculine. But whatever, that's really not that. It's the fact that she was into fashion. Like she researched things, she looked up boards and styles and just all that. So now the inner fashionista in me, or just whatever, I have definitely became a lot more feminine in my expression. But I can use some of those rigid, hard lines in my old style to kind of like complement it. Like I can use both, and this is helping me integrate the masculinity that I just tried to throw away. Well, not necessarily throw away, but I'm finding balance. It's the balance in it all. The balance in it all. Because I think that some people's inner childs are like very, it doesn't matter. My inner child is a lot different because my childhood was a lot different. And I'm catering to those needs from childhood to teenager. You know what I'm saying? I started to get a lot more conscious when I was a teenager just about who I was and how strong my power was, but I was still afraid to let it express. I still was letting people dim my light, but I knew that there was something deeper inside of me. And from high school, self-actualization was in my head. So I'm like, ooh, how do I do that? How do I reach that point? I've been having different friendship experiences and things like that. I'm gonna just pull some cards. Greeting, and this is more like for the collective, but still adding to what I'm talking about. So if there's anything that I should touch on, let me know. I got chills. If there's anything that I should touch on, show me. Let me know. Okay, I got you. I could do that. I could do that. What else you need? What else you need me to do? I am of service. I am of service. They said talk about the earth element and the 6 of air. Okay, again, I'm at service. I am at service. I feel so good when I do readings. I need to do this every day. It's like the energy that, oh, I could cry. Thank you. All right, we're talking about 6 of air and the earth element. Whatever I'm about to talk about, I guess we just gonna dive right into, because there's nothing else here. I can shuffle one more time. There is something else here. They said, girl, watch how you talking. Okay, this is interesting. Creative energies coming up, the earth element coming up, groundedness, but like not being conflicted in thoughts. And I just got a message, or I just received something from the pattern today that is talking about the end of confusion because of a Neptune transit that's moving around. One day I'm gonna learn so much more about the planets and how they affect our day-to-day actions as far as transits and trines and oppositions and all that. But I just want to add to this with the oracle cards. If the oracle cards have anything, let me know. We are doing 6 of air energy and thinking about clearing up confusion, clearing up some energy inside the mind, earth element being rooted, but then also Oba coming through for the creative energy, and we get ascension. And that flew. Ascension and psychic development. Okay. When I see psychic development and ascension together in a reading, it's really about knowing that you are on a path of enlightenment, right? And that you have to go with the flow of the waters. And when I see ascension, it's like, sometimes I think that there's this light being given to spiritual people, like they're the only ones who are ascending, or the only ones who are going to, raise an elevation and lifting consciousness. And there are people who are quote unquote normal or quote unquote regular. We're already regular, but you know what I'm saying, in the sense of how there's like this spiritual view, and then there's like people who just living their life and stuff. That person is probably going to ascend a lot more than somebody who's like so attached to looking spiritual or being spiritual, because they live in their authentic self. They are being themselves. They're living in their authentic truth. That's what I'm trying to say. This could also hint to, like, in your ascension path, going to something that will help you develop psychically. Like grabbing a reading from someone. I myself have been really feeling like I need a reading from somebody that's going to give me exact places, dates. In my psychic development, the answers that I'm seeking, I want to go to someone else for them, but I'm thinking that it's more so me trying to like bypass something. Like, I don't really want to do the work to figure out everything myself. I want to pay somebody to do the work for me. And it's not really like the work. Let me really sit down and try to explain this. I have friends who have gotten readings and it's giving them direct answers to where they're supposed to be on their path, with like direct countries, with direct, and it's like, I just been going off of feeling, and I want somebody to tell me a place. Like, tell me a place, tell me a job, tell me a mission. And that's not happening. But so I think that part of this ascension and psychic development coming through for me is like, you're already doing what you got to do to figure out what it is that you got to figure out, or to meet with the knowing that it is that you desire. So like, chill, but also go with the flow. Like, don't be so attached to how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. But for me, I think it's really the how, because yeah, I'll be attached to how it's going to happen. This, again, like I was saying, is relating to that clarity, opening up. Things are coming through, and birds to me are going to symbolize flight, but also thoughts. So what's taking off right now, or what's not taking off? And I know that this is an Aquarius symbol card, but it reminds me of Pisces energy for some reason. Earth element is about grounding. And not only that, but like, where's your support for yourself? Where is your fertile soil? What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel protected? How can you grow? Yeah, how can you grow? So we have this grounding energy when it comes to how we want to settle ourselves and the space that we want to operate from, and then inviting clarity by no longer traveling. Okay, I see. And not no longer traveling, but it's like, it's a sit still right now so that I can listen. And I see that Oba came through, and it's not like she's about listening, but she kind of cut off her ear for love. And in me being in my faith, there's nothing that I had to cut off from myself or about myself or tweak, you know what I'm saying, about myself, in order to be loved more by spirit, to be loved more by the universe. Like, I'm loved exactly as I am. The things that I give are enough. The things that I do are enough. I am enough. And this just comes through as the I am enough card. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. That feels good. I got chills. It's just interesting, the things that we should tell ourselves more of. I'm enough. You know how the pastors, they be like, now look to your neighbor, and I want you to look wherever you can in the mirror and tell that beautiful being, you are enough. You are enough. The way that you exist, just as you are, is enough. You, just as you are, is enough. You, just as you are worthy of smiles and joy and laughter and affection. I love how the sun just hit me and all that. Those are the words that came to me, so that's what I'm going to say. And I'm going to end this little chat. This was really just supposed to be a quick little doop. So hopefully you learned something. Hopefully I helped. If anything, I got some stuff off my chest, so I'm feeling good. And I'm excited. And I am running out of space and time. So this really is the end anyway. Thank you so much for sitting and talking and listening with me. If anything resonated with you in this video, whether it has to do with the video or whether it has to do with the reading or just me talking, let me know. Comment below. How have you been feeling? What have you learned about yourself during the Gemini full moon? What's some things that's been coming into your sphere? That's it. If nobody told you they love you today, I do. Have a blessed one.